What parental behavior did you tolerate until you finally couldn't anymore? For 28 years, I tolerated my father's constructive criticism. Nothing I achieved was ever quite good enough. My A could have been an A+. My promotion came later than expected. My home was nice, but in the wrong neighborhood. My partner was wonderful, but not ambitious enough. I internalized his standards, always striving to finally earn the unqualified approval that never came. Even after I moved out, our weekly phone calls would include at least one improvement suggestion that would echo in my mind for days afterward. Friends noticed how I'd tense up when my phone displayed his name, how I'd rehearse conversations about my accomplishments, attempting to present them in ways that might finally impress him. My therapist gently suggested that this dynamic wasn't healthy, but I defended it as just his way of showing he cares. The breaking point came during what should have been one of the happiest moments of my life. After years of fertility struggles, my wife and I were finally expecting twins. When we shared the news, my father's response was, "Twins are expensive. I hope you've been saving more than you usually do. No congratulations. No joy. Just another implied failure on my part." In that moment, something shifted. I suddenly saw with perfect clarity what had taken decades to recognize. There would never be an achievement big enough, a success impressive enough, or a life choice sound enough to satisfy him. More importantly, I realized I couldn't let my children grow up thinking they needed to earn their grandfather's approval, or mine, through endless achievement. That night, I wrote him an email explaining that while I valued our relationship, I needed him to change how he communicated with me. I set clear boundaries. No unsolicited advice, no backhanded compliments, and conversations would end if he couldn't respect these limits. His initial response was defensive, accusing me of being too sensitive. But when I held firm to my boundaries, including ending several calls mid-criticism, something unexpected happened. Our relationship slowly transformed. 3 years later, our conversations aren't perfect, but they're better. He still occasionally slips into old patterns, but now I have the tools to redirect rather than absorb. And when my father held his grandchildren for the first time, he simply said, "They're beautiful. Nothing more needed to be added."